Hello, hello. Well, my name is Nina, and I work very closely with Carl White here at the Mortgage Marketing Animals as the digital and social media marketing specialist. And I'm actually filling in for Carl today, so you get to hear my voice. So, what we're going to go over today is Facebook ads. Now, I'm going to assume that most of you who are watching today all have a Facebook profile. And so you may be familiar with Facebook ads, and that's what we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about why we use Facebook ads and how to use Facebook ads and how to leverage Facebook for the most part to close even more loans. So for those of you who are already familiar with like Facebook and advertising on the platform, you may be very familiar, or perhaps you've heard about or you've learned about running ads directly to the consumer to generate leads, right? A lot of people are familiar with that. Typically, when people are talking about running ads, they're talking about running what's called direct to consumer ads. You are running ads directly to the consumer, which is totally fine. But that's not what we're going to cover today, and I'll tell you why. Let's go over to the next slide. Now, we found that the fastest way for us to generate business is to market to our past database. And the number one activity that helps us generate the best converting leads, I'm sure you can guess, is talking to referral partners. And our referral partners typically turn out to be real estate agents. Now, when we advertise directly to the consumer, which absolutely works, and we do this too, however, we found that it takes a lot more money to generate those leads, and they don't convert as high or as fast as the other two sources. So while there are three different buckets or targets or markets that we could target, we like to focus specifically on advertising to our past database and our referral partners. And so that's exactly what we're going to cover today. Marketing to our past database and our referral partners. And there is an opportunity that not a lot of people know about with Facebook and running Facebook ads, because they're like, okay, well, how do I know? How does Facebook know who my past database is? Or how does Facebook know who my referral partners are? You're in store for a treat because there is a very successful way for us to do this. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. All right, so let's talk about our agenda. Just a quick overview of what we're going to cover today. I'm going to show you and walk you through why we use Facebook ads. I'll walk you through our setup of our ads and how we upload what's called custom audiences. Again, that's kind of a surprise that not a lot of people know about. I'm going to walk you through how we upload custom audiences into the back end of Facebook. And then I'll show you which ads we use. So that's another question that we typically get asked, like, okay, well, I'm ready and I'm interested in running Facebook advertisements, but what do I need to post? What kind of ads do I need to run? So we'll go over all of that today. You guys ready to rock and roll? I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay, so why do we use Facebook ads? Before I explain what I have written here on the slide, I really want to conduct a survey, if you will. So show of hands, how many of you know who Jimmy Fallon is, or Oprah Winfrey, or the Kardashians? If you just give me a little like yes in the chat box if you guys know who any of those people are. Jimmy Fallon, Oprah Winfrey, or the Kardashians. Okay, awesome. You guys know who I'm talking about. So we know these people as celebrities, right? But many of us don't know them on an individual basis, right? We don't know them personally. But why do we think of them as celebrities? It's because they've been put in the public spotlight. We see them on TV, we see them on YouTube, we see them in magazines, we hear them on the radio, all of these things, right? We see them on advertisements, on Facebook, we see them everywhere. The point is, we see them on a regular basis. And for, Jimmy Fallon and Oprah Winfrey and the Kardashians, typically we see them on a weekly basis, right? Because they're on television. And over the years, we've grown to know, like, and trust them. I'm saying all of that to bring home this point. You can transform yourself into what Carl likes to call the local celebrity. So, and I think a lot of you may know what I'm talking about. So a lot of you have, let's say, a local radio host or a local news anchor or a weather person or even a local attorney who is kind of that local celebrity, right? So you know what I'm talking about. You get that feel of the local celebrity. You can leverage Facebook to do the same thing. And so when you do this, when you leverage Facebook and position yourself as a local celebrity, you in essence never run into a stranger. So when you go to the real estate agent associations or you attend that open house, these agents already know you, right? Because you've positioned yourself as a local celebrity. Now, the other thing that the other reason why we really love utilizing Facebook ads is because it's very quick and it's inexpensive to implement. So that's why we use Facebook. Honestly, as far as the budget is concerned for Facebook, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but you could spend, I mean, maybe $100 per month. Shoot, you don't even have to spend $100 per month. You could spend 50 bucks a month on Facebook ads and get the same results. Again, positioning yourself as that local celebrity, doing utilizing the strategies and tactics that I'm going to share with you today. So it's very quick and inexpensive to implement, but the major point is to position yourself as that local celebrity. The other thing that you should know is that the overall objective is to get more referrals. So as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people, when they talk about Facebook ads, is to utilize Facebook to generate leads, and they run direct to consumer ads. We're not going to focus on that because while that works, they don't convert as high. It takes a lot longer for us to even generate those leads, and they just don't convert as high as it does when we market to our past database and to our referral partners. The other thing that we need to take note of when we are running these ads to our referral partners in our past database is that you still have to do your due diligence. You still need to make your phone calls to your agents. You still need to make sure that you're asking for the business. But when you position yourself as that local celebrity, when you talk to your agents and when you continue to talk to your past database, you continue to market to those people and you ask for the business, of course they're going to give you the business because they know, like, and trust you. All right, so I just wanted to give that disclaimer here. As I go over this, I'm going to share this slide with you guys from time to time. We have done a pre-recording of this tutorial, so if you need to watch this again, if you go to loanofficerads.com, you get access to the slideshow or my slide presentation and the direct, like, click here, click there, all of these buttons. So just go to loanofficerads.com and you can download this presentation. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get into the crux of everything. First things first, we want to market to our past database and referral partners. How many times can I say that, right? So how do we do that? The first thing is you need to get a list. You need to get a list of your past database. If you have a CRM, if you've collected, contact information on an Excel spreadsheet, like, just gather a list of your past database. You also want to gather a list of your referral partners. Now, your referral partners could be anybody that you are already working with, that you're currently working with, that you've worked with in the past, or people that you'd like to work with. You just want to make sure that you gather a list of qualified agents. And to get that list of qualified agents, you'll have to get it through the MLS. So if you don't already have access to the MLS, ask a real estate agent friend to do you a favor. There are several different ways that you can get access to this information. But if you have questions about that, just shoot a note in the chat so we can talk about that afterwards. Okay, so we want to get our list. Now, what does this list comprise of? We want first name, last name, an email address, and a phone number. A cell phone number is the key. Facebook requires that you have at least an email address in order to upload an audience in the back end of Facebook. Some people have asked if they, maybe they don't have an email address, but they have like an address, a home address for an individual. That's not going to work. You do need at least an email address. And we also ask or strongly suggest a cell phone number if you have that as well. And a cell phone number really helps. It's a unique identifier. It really helps to identify your John Smith versus anybody else. Obviously, the email does that as well, but most people have their cell phone numbers connected to their Facebook account. So if you have a cell phone number, like, you're in there. The other thing to note is that it needs to be a CSV file. So if you have an Excel spreadsheet, just make sure to save it as a CSV file so that you can upload it into Facebook properly. So here are a couple things that you need to know. You need the email address, you need the cell phone number if you have it, and then the first and last name if you have it. And then Facebook needs at least 100 contacts for your list to actually, for you to run ads to that list. You'll need to have at least 100 contacts uploaded into the list. And then something else, just as an FYI, Facebook recognizes anywhere between 30 and 60% of the names and email addresses on any given list. So if you have a list of 100 contacts that you've uploaded into Facebook on the back end, Facebook will then recognize anywhere between 30 and 60 of those contacts. If you have that cell phone number, your chances are even better than that, than 60%. Okay, so step 2, we've got our list, we've gathered our list, we saved it as a CSV file. Now what? Now we want to upload the list in the back end of Facebook. In order to do that, you need to have what's called a business manager account. Okay, business manager account. And this screenshot here is what some of your business manager account menus may look like. But in order to create a business manager account, you'll need to have a Facebook business page or a Facebook fan page, right? So make sure that you at least have a Facebook business page, or what used to be called a fan page. And then you want to connect that to your business manager account. So just go to business.facebook.com and sync your business page with your business manager account. Now, there are a lot of steps, not a lot of steps, there are a few steps that go into connecting those two together, and I don't have a lot of time to go over that. But again, if you go to loanofficerads.com, loanofficerads.com will go into even more detail there. It's only if you don't already have a business manager account. Most of you already do, so it's all good. So great, now you have your business manager account, your business page is connected to your business manager account, you have an ads account set up. How do we upload our list? We'll go to, there are a couple different ways that you can get to this business manager account from your home page. You can click on this little drop down arrow in the top right hand corner of the page and go to manage ads. You may also see under the explore category ads manager, you can click on that. Or you can simply go to business.facebook.com and that will redirect you to the business manager as well. So once you've gotten into your account, this is what the back end looks like. If you have more than one account associated with your business manager account, just make sure that you're selecting the correct account. So for us, we'd click on our account, and now we want to select audiences from the menu bar. Okay, so click on the menu bar. We're going to select audiences. Now, if your user interface or your dashboard doesn't look like this, that's okay. What you're looking for is audiences. So just look for audiences. That's the button you want to click on. And then once you get to the audiences dashboard, you're going to want to go to create audience. It's drop down, and then custom audience. Once you click on custom audience, this little pop-up is going to pop up for you, and you're going to click on customer list. Select customer list. Again, I go over all of this step by step in loanofficerads.com. So if you want another tutorial or if you want access to the slide presentation, you can get it right there. So once you select customer list, Facebook is going to tell you, okay, great, here's how you prepare your list, but we've already done that. You've already identified these different columns, the first and last name, email address and a cell phone number. You've saved it as a CSV file. You're good to go here. So all you have to do is click next. Always select no for the customer value. This is actually for like e-commerce shops. So this has nothing to do with us. So just click no and then next. And now you are ready to upload your file. So exciting. Okay, so step number one, you are going to upload your file here, and then you're going to name your audience. My naming convention typically looks something like this. I will say, I'll segment my list first and foremost. So I will have one list for our referral partners, and I'll have a second list for our past database. So if I was uploading our referral partner list, I would call it referral partners dash Facebook list dash November 2020, just as an identifier for me. So I know the last time I updated my list was in November of 2020, and let's say it's 2 months from now, in January 2021. Oh, I need to upload my, I need to update my list because the last time I updated it was in November. It's now January. It's just an identifier for me. Nobody's going to see this but you. All right, we'll click next. As you can see, we've uploaded our file. We'll click next. And now Facebook they need help identifying your columns. So sometimes Facebook will recognize your columns. So as you can see, they identified the email column on our spreadsheet and we have the green check mark. But for these other columns, we need to identify them. So we'll just click on the drop down here, which says do not upload, and start to identify them. First name, last name, and email address and phone number. Now we have all green check marks. We're good to upload and update. So you just click this. It takes literally, depending on how big or small your file is, the longest I've seen it takes to upload a list was like 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds at the most. Usually it takes about 5 seconds to upload. You're good to go. Then you'll be redirected to the audience's dashboard, and you'll find your list, you'll find your audience, and what you're looking for is for this availability column to say ready. Sometimes it says processing because it's obviously still processing, but you're looking for it to say ready so that you know you can start running ads to this audience. And that's it. That's how you upload your audience, right? You've done it. We're good to go. So I'm going to show you how to create the ads, run ads to your audience. But first, I wanted to give you some ad examples. So we have a few different buckets or categories, if you will, of ad examples that we use. Client success stories, what's happening this weekend, posts of coolness, and then different tools that we use to attract referral partners and buyers. So the first is our client success stories. Now, keeping in mind what I talked about before, we are trying to position ourselves as the local celebrity. So when you think about your local celebrities, your radio hosts, or your news anchor, or that attorney who is just so popular in your area, you've seen their face, right? You know what they look like so that you could recognize them when you're at the store or at the gas station or at school or wherever, right? This is what we want to do when we are trying to position ourselves in our communities as a local celebrity. We want to put our face out there, not just our logo, not just our brand name, not just our business name, but our face. So when it comes to client success stories, make sure that you're posting a picture of yourself by yourself, just like this portrait here, or yourself with your clients as social proof within the client success stories category, along with their 5-star reviews or testimonials or case study stories. Just making sure the big thing is putting your face out there. We want to make sure that your audience recognizes you when you're out and about in the public. So client success stories are really good for both our past database and our referral partners. I would highly suggest that you use the copy or the caption, the text of those ads to be the actual review from, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, who just purchased a home. Not only the 5-star review, but if you get, written hand notes or any other testimonials, or my personal favorite is a case study. And so a case study is a little bit different than a testimonial or a review. A case study is from your point of view, saying, you know, Sarah came into our office and she was having difficulty with X, Y, and Z. She was really ready to buy a home, or, you know, really wanted to buy her dream home, but she was having difficulty with whatever the issue was. Because she came to us, we were able to help her with X, Y, and Z. And here was the result. We were able to close on a home with her within 30 days, and now she's in her dream home. We're so excited that she was able to purchase her home. Congratulations to Sarah. Welcome to the neighborhood, kind of a thing, right? So that's a case study, and that's a little bit different just because that's coming from your point of view versus the client's point of view. So client success stories are one of our buckets that work really, really well. Post of coolness. This was something that was introduced to me when I joined the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I was so gung-ho, and I say this to Carl all the time. Like, I was so gung-ho on, like, we have to just show value and educate our clients. And he's like, well, one of the things is, as a loan officer, the perception of loan officers is that they're bankers. They're a bit, for lack of better words, stuffy, and maybe don't seem as approachable. And so what we want to do is, Carl says this a lot, I want to convey that I'm a real person just like you. Simply meaning, I have kids and I'm so excited that my kids are graduating from college this year. Or I've got a dog and I love my dog and I can relate to other dog owners, right? Or other pet owners. Or I'm so excited to go on vacation to Europe or Mexico or wherever, right? Obviously, nobody's traveling right now, but just conveying that I'm a real person just like you, to get rid of that stuffiness of a perception of a loan officer. You want to be showcased as approachable. So our posts of coolness are just that, showcasing pictures and videos of you with your family, or you with your pets, or you getting ready to go on vacation. We want to stay away from things that are controversial or political, but something that could be relatable to other people, right? Everybody loves pets. Everybody loves their family or their loved ones, hanging out with friends, things of that nature. So posts of coolness are really, really fun posts. And like I said, just kind of gets rid of that stuffiness and lack of approachability. We also have, so this Agent Mastermind Invitations goes into the category or the bucket of the tools that we use. So within our membership program, Mortgage Marketing Animals, all of our members get access to Agent Mastermind, which is a weekly class that Scotty goes live with real estate agent experts, marketing experts, and business development experts to talk about things that are relevant to real estate agents. So this is specific to your referral partner data, or your referral partner list, or obviously real estate agent list. What you can do is invite those individuals to your class. Again, remembering that we want to position ourselves as the local celebrity, putting your face out there. We always like to call it the Carl show. So it's his face that's going out in these advertisements. Same thing with you. You as the loan officer, or the branch manager, or mortgage broker, your face needs to be the one going out there. We are branding you as the person, not the business brand or the company name. It needs to be a picture of you. So don't be afraid to show, get all glammed up, show a picture of you, get a headshot, get a nice portrait, and post your picture out there. So with these invitations, and you may have access to other tools similar to this, my suggestion, not only should you post your picture here, but within our membership, we actually give a word-by-word invitation or a script that people can use to invite their referral partners. I would suggest that you take that script and you literally go on camera, like just take your phone out and record a video of you reading the invitation and inviting the referral partners to attend the class, the upcoming class. So this week is all about Facebook marketing and how you can leverage Facebook to increase your social presence and all of the updates to Facebook. all of those things. So you could get on video and you can invite your referral partners. And again, this would go directly to the referral partner list. So that's Agent Mastermind. Other tools that you may have access to, some of you may be familiar with total cost analysis, or MBS Highway is another one where Barry Habib, I think it's on a daily basis, records a video that literally you can just copy his video verbatim and post that as your ad itself. So those are some of the tools that we have access to. Some of you all may be familiar with Agent Mastermind, MBS Highway, and Total Cost Analysis, so you can utilize those. The final category that we have is what's happening this weekend. And I typically wait to show this one at the end. This is good for referral partners. It's also good for your past database. I always focus on referral partners for this one, but it's also good for your past database. So what's happening this weekend is similar to the Post of Coolness. However, this is where you actually do a selfie style. So as you can see, this person's holding their phone up, or like these people are holding their phone up, or this type of point of view. And you are by yourself or with your spouse, like Carl is here, or with some friends or your family. And you're saying, hey, I'm so excited to head over to insert local event that's happening this weekend. And we always state 3 different types of events: something that's family friendly, something that is artsy fartsy. So again, kind of a family friendly thing, but it's more artsy and crafty. And then one that's adult-ish, but it's not controversial. So for example, I live in the Tampa Bay area, and an event could be First Friday that happens in downtown St. Pete. And First Friday is kind of adult-ish. It's not risque at all. It's just they block a couple of streets off in the downtown area, and bars are open a little bit later. They typically have live music playing, and usually it's just adults hanging out. So that could be one event. Then we could have something that's family friendly, which is, I think it's called Third Fridays in Safety Harbor. Now that too is where they block off some of the roads, but it's a lot more family friendly oriented. Children are out there. They have like paint stations and just crafts and things for the kids. So that could be our second event. And then the third event, which is something that's artsy fartsy, could be hanging out at the Dolly Museum. Maybe the Dolly Museum, which is an art museum again in downtown St. Petersburg, has a new exhibit, and we want to go see the new exhibit. So we could talk about First Friday, Third Friday, and the new exhibit at the Dolly Museum. So excited to go to one of these events, or hey, I'm only going to one of these events, but we've also heard about these other 2 events that are happening. Are you guys going to any of these events? Just wanted to do a shout out and say hello. Remember, my name is Nina. I'm your local mortgage broker. Don't forget, if you have a friend, family member, or a coworker who is looking to buy, sell, or refinance, feel free to reach out to me and then you would insert your phone number or an email address or a website address, any way that they can contact you, right? I saved this one for last because we talk about you going on camera and we talk about video. Now, video is king. It was about 4 years ago now that Mark Zuckerberg claimed that Facebook could be mostly video by next year. Facebook is in high competition with Google. For those of you who don't know, Google owns YouTube, which is the second largest search engine platform online, which is all video. So Facebook is in high competition with Google. Therefore, video is king. So here are all these stats about why video is so important on Facebook, and you can read that as you like. But I will say a lot of people get camera shy, or they're afraid to get on camera. And some of the things that you can do to get ready to go on video, because one of the other things, not only are they camera shy, but they're like, oh, well, I've got to get all of this equipment to record these videos. Here's the thing. All you need is your cell phone. The latest iPhone, so I don't know if you're an iPhone or an Android user. I'm an iPhone person myself, but the latest iPhone is of higher quality than top grade camera equipment that was produced or launched back in, I think it was like 2015. So professional grade equipment, the latest iPhone is of top quality. It's of higher quality than the professional grade cameras that came out just 5 years ago. So you've got everything that you need. If you were to get anything other than, utilize anything other than your cell phone, here are some of those things that you could get. A lavalier mic is very important. So your sound, your audio quality is very important. People will watch shaky video before they listen to a video that has just terrible sound. So make sure that you invest in good quality mics. And honestly, a quote unquote good quality mic can be purchased on Amazon for like 20 bucks. So it doesn't have to be expensive for it to be quality, if you will. Some other things, portable ring lights are nice to have if you're ever in a dark setting, and a tripod in case, you know, maybe you're by yourself and you need something stable to hold the phone or the camera for you. But these two are not necessary. You could always use your arm for that selfie style like I was showing you before here. And the ring light also is not necessary because you have window light, or you could just walk outside when it's bright outside, turn the lights on wherever you are. That's totally fine. These are just kind of nice to haves, but for sure, go ahead and invest in a lav mic or a lavalier mic, or also it can be called a lapel mic, just to make sure that your audio is good to go. The thing about buying equipment, Carl says this all the time, don't get so busy building the farm that you forget to milk the cow, which simply means don't get so busy thinking about all of the equipment that you need to get. Oh, I have to, you know, invest in a nice quality cell phone or a nice quality camera or my ring light or my tripod or this or that. Like, don't get so bogged down with your equipment that you don't record the video. Just record the video, because done is better than perfect. The other thing that people talk about when we express video or video marketing, they're like, well, I'm camera shy, or I don't like the way that I look on camera, or I don't like the way that I sound. Well, first of all, it's okay. You are totally fine, and you look fine and you sound fine. So if you are struggling with that, or if that's a challenge for you, I'm here to tell you a lot of people go through that as well. But that's the way that you look, and it's okay. You don't change the way that you look or you sound when you go to the grocery store. You don't change the way that you look or sound when you go to the gas station or when you pick up your kids from Car Circle. You don't put a bag over your head. You don't do any of those things. You look the way that you look, and people accept you for who you are, right? And we're only looking for those people who are accepting us for who we are. So you don't have to change anything. You don't have to, I know that a lot of people like to prepare ahead of time. We're like, okay, I've got to get my hair and makeup done every time they pick up their phone to take a video. But you look the way that you look, and everybody accepts you for who you are. It's totally fine. Another thing that Carl shares a lot is to wear black pants. And it's kind of a funny story. He says that he wears black pants because you feel the fear and you do it anyway. Fear is peeing in your pants. Courage is doing what you have to do with wet pants on. So he wears black pants just in case, right? It's kind of a funny and silly saying. But the point is to feel the fear. I'm afraid to get on camera, but you do it anyway because you know that this is what's going to help move the needle forward for you. It's what you look like. You don't put a bag over your head when you go to the grocery store. Wear black pants. The other thing that we've heard is a quote from CeeLo Green: God made me perfect in an imperfect world. So if you are, if getting on camera is a challenge for you, I just want to let you know that I have that same issue. A lot of people go through that same thing, but it's okay. Okay, now, done with my ramble about video marketing and getting on camera and being camera shy. So just a quick overview. We've talked about a lot thus far. We've talked about building our list and gathering our list, right? We've talked about identifying who we want to see these ads. Obviously, we've segmented our list from referral partners and our past database. I talked to you about actually uploading the list into Facebook and how to do that, making sure that you have a business manager account first before you're able to do that. Then we storybooked our ads. We have different buckets of ads that we utilize. Now, let's make the ads. So again, how do we place the ads? And I just want to remind you, if you want access to this PowerPoint, you can go to loanofficerads.com and you can get it. So don't worry about it if I go a little fast here. So how do we place the ads? We want to go back to our business manager account, and we can get there through the little button here on the top right-hand corner of our homepage to go to manage ads. We can go to ads manager, select located right here under the explore category, or you can go to business.facebook.com. That will redirect you where you need to go. We'll want to select our account, whichever one is actually connected to our business Facebook page. And instead of going to audiences this time, we're going to go to the ads manager, right? When you get to the ads manager, again, make sure you're in the correct account. You're going to want to click on this green button that says create. That means you're going to create a brand new campaign. And then it's going to take you to this page. Now, if your page, your interface doesn't exactly look like this, Facebook is making some updates and they're slowly but surely moving people onto the new update. So what you're looking for is a special ads category. You want to make sure to select this box. Sometimes it's a toggle button. You want to make sure that it's turned on and you select the special housing category. As loan officers under the real estate umbrella, we need to select the housing category to abide by Facebook's policies. So make sure that you always select special ads category. As far as the marketing objective that you select, I've used most of these objectives. For the ads that I shared with you today, my suggestion would be that you select either traffic, engagement, or video views, simply based on the ads that I've shared with you today. So traffic, engagement, or video views, and then we click next. And now here's where we get to our list. So we've already uploaded our list back in the day, right? And now we want to, the availability column says ready. We're ready to run ads to those lists. Now let's find those lists. Once you get to the second step, after you've selected your campaign, you've selected the objective, you selected your special ads category. Once we get to the next page, you're going to look for the box that says audience. Within the custom audiences section, you can actually start typing in your audience name. Or if you just click on this field or this box here, a drop-down list will pop up for you. And then you can select your list. And then you'll be good to move on to the next step, which actually means creating the ad. So now we're going on to the third and final step, which is to create the ad. You can use an existing post, which is on your Facebook business page, or you can create a brand new ad. And so I typically like to utilize a single image format or uploading a video format here. You would select your media, image or video. Again, step-by-step tutorial, and the access to this slide presentation is at loanofficerads.com. So once we select our media, you'll see a preview on the right-hand side of your screen, and then you can start entering your text and headline and your URL. Again, we went over all of our ads previously. So once you've done all of that, you're ready to publish your ad and get started. So you just click the green confirm button and you're ready to rock and roll. So quick question that we always get, okay, well, Nina, how long should I run my ads? And then how do I know if it's successful? Well, again, for the ads that I'm talking about, just for this presentation, we are looking for a couple of things. We will look for frequency, and we're going to look for reach. So let me actually go back here. You go back to your ads manager dashboard, click on the columns drop down and click on performance and clicks. It'll always default to performance. So you want to select performance and clicks here. And we're looking for results or reach here and the frequency. Once the frequency hits like 4 or 5, we don't want it to hit 6, basically is what I'm getting at. Once it hits 4 or 5, that's when we'll know to either turn the ad off or change the ad a little bit. Maybe we change the creative, meaning the images or the videos, or we change the ad completely or just turn it off. So that is what's going to determine how long do we run the ad. And then we want to make sure that it's reaching the amount of people within our list. So if we know that we've uploaded a list with about 10,000 people in it, again, remembering that Facebook recognizes anywhere between 30 and 60% of that list, we want to make sure that it's reaching the maximum amount of people within that list. So this is what we're looking for, the reach and the frequency. If you are directing someone to your website, or if you're directing them to like a landing page, obviously we also want to take a look at the results. How many link clicks did we get, and things of that nature. So, and then remember, as far as budget is concerned, $100 for over the course of 2 weeks, even a month, is totally fine. You could spend as little as like $3 a day on some of these ads to reach the maximum amount of people on a daily basis to your list. All right. So that is that. Remember, you can go to loanofficerads.com to get access to this slide deck and the step-by-step tutorial if you need another rendition of that. And that is all for me. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. This is our office phone number, 727-787-2275. You can also reach us via email at support@themarketinganimals.com. And I want to say thank you to Valerie and the NAMB family. Again, my name is Nina, and I am filling in for Carl White today. So you will see him again his next go round. But thanks so much for joining in, guys, today, and I will talk to you later. Bye.